Ah, shit. Here we go again.
Hello everybody, it's KanaManga, and welcome to a Slice of Kana video. For this one, it's going to be a little bit weird, a little personal, but I think it's kind of important to let you guys in on this side of my life and kind of let you guys know what's up. I guess you could technically call this a KanaLore video. You guys are going to get a little bit of a sneak peek of like what life used to be like. So before the escape room and before even starting collecting manga, really, I used to be in a different field completely, and there was a lot of stuff. It was a brand new field. It was something that, you know, not a lot of people knew about, and it was our school and my group of friends that kind of made it popular at the school, and I'm surprised it's still here, I'm not gonna lie. I have a very weird opportunity to return back to my old life.
I have been called. I must answer.
Tomorrow, I'm going to be traveling into San Francisco, and instead of me being the student of the class that I used to be in, I am going to be the guest speaker. It's not something that happens often, but it's always inspiring to kind of be the person of interest for a lot of these new incoming students. I'm going to take you guys with me tomorrow to my school, and yeah, I gotta get ready to lecture some kids.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Just to let you guys know, this is something that I don't really show off often on this side of my content. So yeah, I used to be an esports commentator. This used to be my home. This is the ArtU Esports production room. Essentially, we use this place to do live commentary for esports events that we're having. I have Michael Wittz back there. He's my my mentor, and the guy who built all this stuff that you see here pretty much built the esports program from like the ground up. But yeah, we are here at the desk. We're here to not only talk to the incoming class and like help them get ready for commentating a tournament that's happening this Saturday, which I will also be at. We'll be taking you guys with that. I haven't been on this desk in like has it been 3 years? It's been 3 years. It's been a while, yeah. The last one I did was like a TFT tournament like a while ago, and that was just online. I only popped in for like one match because I had work. The escape room stuff ate up my life. It's a lot of fun. I do miss doing esports, but I feel like part of it is also I have to find a game that I really resonate with. I like playing games, but I like playing games with my friends, and a lot of my friends are busy, so it's like, what games do I play? So I play single player games, and then it just becomes a whole like vicious cycle of, are you available? No? Okay, I played my solo game, I can't play an esports game, but I know you could just be like, screw it, just solo queue. I could, it's just not as fun, you know? I'm here for the vibes. If I were to get back into commentary, here's a couple games that I would pick. 2XKO, I would like to try to figure that out. I would like to do maybe TFT. And then we'll see if maybe a Pokemon game of some sort. I don't know if Pokemon Champions, they're probably gonna bring over the old commentators, but it will work. It feels weird to be back. Not just back in the studio, but it gives you that like moment of like missing your homies. Like all my friends are doing cool shit and I'm here. Not saying that this isn't cool shit. Like this is fun. This is a lot of fun. But yeah, it feels weird to be back in the studio. I'm wearing like casual clothes today because I do plan on taking a trip to Japantown after this. Might take you guys with me. The other thing is, like, I have a couple friends who still work here, so maybe I pick them up on the way out. We will see. One thing that I forgot to mention, whenever you're in one of these studios, there is so many lights. Like, look at these. Like, there are, like, you think my setup is crazy? I have like 3 beams of light shining directly into my eyes at all times. But that's just how it is. That's me. Used to be. Used to be. I'm here to help you guys out with commentating, shoutcasting, whatever you want to call it. This kind of applies to all games, so I'm going to try to make it as broad as possible. And if there's any questions at the end, feel free to shoot it my way. That one, that camera right there, that's me. Now it's that one. Now it's that one. Now it's that one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Kana.
Yeah, no problem. I'm not ore farming, I promise. I look like the kind of commentator that really shouldn't know what 6'7" means.
That's Harambe. He's one of the few people who has watched more anime than me. He's insane. We should do a podcast. Yeah, we should.
Oh no.
Number 65.
Oh no. All right, everybody. We're back from school. Also, I got some books. I went to Kinokuniya, dude. I can't not go to Japantown when I'm in SF, and especially if I have a little bit of time to do it. Hung out with Harambe, got some books. Yeah, I'm gonna go into a little bit of KanaLore. So if you guys don't care about me as a person, I don't mind. If you guys just want to go and see the cool, like, you know, pew pew video game stuff, go ahead and check that part out. But just to let you guys know, probably not a surprise, this is not my first YouTube channel. I used to have a YouTube channel for esports stuff and kind of vlogging what the behind the scenes of what those kinds of things are. I'm actually going to probably pull some footage from that old channel in order to put into here because I probably don't know where it is anymore. I used to play on the college Overwatch team. I was on the first iteration of the college Overwatch team, and I wasn't on the A team, I was actually on the B team, but I was the captain of the B team. I had a lot of fun playing Overwatch. I played it a lot with my friends, and the name kind of stuck around with me. The name Kanashi is the name that people still call me for my esports stuff. Kanashi in Japanese literally means sadness or depression. And there's a reason why I changed my name from, you know, the earlier stuff to this name. It's a little personal. If you don't mind me chatting about it, I'm gonna tell you right now. During that time, I think it was around 2019 is when I changed it and when I actually started doing more commentary. I went through a really, really bad relationship situation and my mind was just in the gutter. It was terrible. Like I didn't want to even be here. It was a super dark place, but Overwatch and the gaming community really crawled me out of there. Without my friends from the Overwatch team, I probably wouldn't have had the support system to keep me even here, let alone chat with you guys to learn about manga and all that stuff, and even gaming. So I owe them everything. There's a reason, and by design, I chose that name and where it goes, okay? When you get a jersey of your name and stuff like that,
your name is put on the back, right? And with this name, Kanashi, it means depression and sadness. The symbolism for me was that I'm putting it on my back and I'm leaving it at the door. And you're gonna remember me. I'm gonna channel that into overwhelming pressure for you. And a lot of people kind of remember me for that. I was kind of the heartbeat of the team. It was like loud, making engagements, calling the plan, executing in micro, like all that stuff was things that I did as a player. And later on as like kind of like a team leader and a captain. It was a lot of fun. A lot of the friends who I still have are from the Overwatch side of things. So obviously my thumbnail designer, she's one of the other team members from Overwatch. My editor is a player who I coached in Overwatch. A lot of the connections that I've made and that are still with me today are from that gaming community, and it's super important to keep in touch with them. I may have fallen off because obviously I've been doing this, but if you guys are wondering what does the Kana part of the KanaManga mean, it comes from the Kanashi part. It is that first four letters, the first 2 syllables. I literally just carried over to the KanaManga part. But that doesn't mean that I want to stop doing esports completely, okay? If there's a game, or if there's obviously like a game that like really inspires me to come back, or if I get the opportunity to possibly cast again, or maybe even just traditional sports, I wouldn't mind taking a shot in the ring, okay? So like there's a little bit of that's still here. A little bit of, I wouldn't say necessarily the ego, but the ability to still commentate and still be fluent on the cast is something that I take pride in, and something that I wouldn't mind honing my skills in again. I used to commentate for Overwatch.
Earth Shatter down, but also followed up by the Blizzard. That's going to end up CCing the rest of the team, but Prosy answers with the Transcendence to keep the rest of his team alive. He's waiting patiently for this. He throws the Graviton Surge on the bottom, but he doesn't know if there's an answer. Bamboo ends up picking off 3 of them, and it looks like ×2 champion will actually wipe 5 of them off the map, as they will be pushing into point 2, and they will cap that.
I used to commentate for Valorant.
Oh, he knows that both of them are on A side. Here comes the mini
blast
toss.
incoming.
Well, didn't quite spray on it, but Chris is going to do it instead. Killer dropped in the corner. He's got 4. Can he get more? No, he's TPing away.
Oh my
He's gonna
goodness.
get got down by Killer Cropped.
And the highest I've ever gotten was to commentate for Pokemon Unite.
Barnwell trying to go ahead and scoot a little bit, going no pure. Not going to be able to get out of their Dawn's Edge, not going to be able to send him back. Barnwell dropping dangerously low. The coup going to go ahead and return the favor onto the Espeon, getting that KO. And now they continue on through. Valhour Fields forever going to allow them to get a little bit more. And now continuing to trade off, looking to maybe get the Aegis Slash here of Freak. But Freak is on a terror right now. Still continuing on forward. Now Dawn's Edge gonna get eliminated as well.
It used to start in the community scene. I used to cast every Tuesday and Saturday. For like a lack of a better term, and to quote Marie Kondo, it did not spark joy anymore. It felt like it was more of a grind, and I wasn't enjoying the game as much. And so I feel like that's part of it. You have to love the game that you commentate. It's kind of tough when it becomes, am I doing this for the sake of making money and trying to be the commentator and be the guy, and studying for the sake of just knowing the game? Or is it, I'm commentating this game because I enjoy the game? There's something that scratches an itch for me, or something that's more personable to me. And I had a really hard time, especially with a couple of these games where it sounded like, you know, devs weren't listening to the player base, or the player base, like somebody from the player base gets like really bad, or there's like a whole bunch of stuff going on in the background, and it started to eat away at me mentally a little bit more. So I had to take a break, had to take a step back, and that's how KanaManga happened. That was kind of a lore dump. I'm sorry, you guys. Let's get into kind of the game plan for the rest of this video, okay? So let me go ahead and break down what exactly is happening. On Saturday, which is the 22nd, November 22nd, there's going to be an Overwatch tournament at the school. I haven't done Overwatch in a long time, so I might have to get a quick refresher for myself, so I at least know what's going on. I have already re-downloaded Overwatch of all things, and I'm starting to get a couple games in just to kind of figure out how the game operates now. I know that it's 5-on-5. I know that there are like perks. Essentially, there's like mini skill trees where you get a mini perk and a major perk. Ultimate abilities still matter, but there's also like little things that just kind of change the way how the game is played. So got to keep all that in mind and try to learn a little bit more about it. Is it going to be hard? Absolutely. You can't just like, it's kind of like going back and playing basketball again, where you know the rules, you know how things are supposed to go, but can my body and mind really keep up with the speed of the game? And am I knowledgeable enough for people to genuinely listen to me again? It takes a long time to really gain trust in that space, but it's also hard to not look like an idiot, you know? So it's a really tough balance overall. I gotta go and play a butt ton of Overwatch and study a ton of Overwatch. So yeah, if anything, I'll see you guys on Saturday. Get ready. I have to get ready. That's more of a pep talk for me, but let's get ready. Let's go ahead and knock this out. See you guys Saturday. What's up? How's it going? Yeah, it is Saturday. It is game day. I've played way too many hours of Overwatch to prep for this. Hey, I still don't remember everything. That's just how the nature of the game goes. I also broke rule number 1 of my normal casting stuff, which is bring post-its and pens. So it's gonna be rough. It feels like I haven't been here in like, what, 3 years? 3-4 years? And I haven't played Overwatch in 6? I'm old. Overwatch is old. I'm old. Everything's old. When are they bringing back Overwatch 1? Also, another thing, I'm gonna actually go over here. I forgot to bring a tripod today, so that's on me. But I have acquired Post-its and a pen. So I'm gonna steal this. I gotta take my notes. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the format is, so I'm gonna have to ask Wittz once he gets back. But he's out doing a food run. So I think the tournament's supposed to start at like 2 o'clock-ish. It's like 1:30, so we have a little bit of time before we get started. I was hella bummed out this morning. Like, first thing in the morning, wake up and then get scolded on the fact that I didn't move over my laundry. Like, yeah, I forgot to do it. That's my bad. I 100% can own up to that. But to say that I'm not doing anything in the house when I'm actively studying to get this gig, this could have went to literally anyone else, you know? And the fact that Wittz chose me to come back, of all people, is insane. But I think it's more of he doesn't see results happening immediately, therefore he thinks I'm not doing anything. And even for something like today, like he's like, why are you playing video games again? And I'm like, I need to study to do esports again, and it's not something that I can just learn overnight. I have to sit down and take my time to learn it. I pretty much got this call to start doing this literally, I would say like the Monday before, so like 5 days heads up. Was it tough? Yeah. Was it doable? Yeah, a lot of it is muscle memory, but there are a lot of things that has changed in the game of Overwatch and, you know, Overwatch 2 that I'm not prepared for, you know? I feel like a lot of people want instant gratification. It makes it feel like everything needs to happen now. That's not how life works. Things take time if you want it done correctly. All right, just to let you guys know, I'm behind the desk. This is what I see, okay? So there's the cameras. Cameras are over there. We have lights. These are literally cooking me under here. But we have, this is how we see the game when the game is live, and we commentate it through the headset, right, Blahaj? Exactly.
feels good to be behind the desk again. It's been like maybe, man, I want to say it's been about 5 years since I've physically been able to touch the desk. So it's going to be super interesting.
That's amazing. That's amazing. This is my first time behind the desk as a commentator, so I'm a little nervous but excited at the same time, and I'm in great hands with you.
It looks like the teams have decided that it's going to be Busan of all places. What's your familiar with Busan? Is this one of your more favorite maps? Do you like this map? What do you think?
Busan isn't my favorite map. Control maps aren't my favorite, but I always have a certain hero that I'm going for when I do see a control map.
There's the double strike going straight through, trying to shred up the rest of the team. Gets a Kiriko, gets the Wuyong as well, and looking to go ahead and get the Roadhog as well. Blizzballs with 3 10-player kill streak. Gonna go ahead and pick off his brother as well. Wow. Lore accurate Hanzo we got over here.
Honestly.
We do have, I believe, game 2. We're going to go ahead and figure that out, get everybody settled, give the teams a little bit of time to kind of chat with each other, figure out what team chemistry they want to come back with. Yes. But for now, we are going to be taking a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more of the ArtU Fall Overwatch Tournament. Everybody knows that it is not an ArtU esports event without Costco pizza, so I'm gonna go get a slice.
I'm feeling great after the break.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Got a little bit of coffee in me, a little more water. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Getting into a hybrid map. This time we're heading to Midtown.
So excited for Midtown.
Yeah, I've never played a competitive game on Midtown. This was after my gaming days, but I did have the coach on this map. When Nico dropping down to half HP, gonna use the Earth Shatter, gonna line up 2, trying to pick up the Kiriko, gonna go ahead and do that. The rest of the team is gonna go ahead and pocket him up as he tries to collapse on the rest of the point. Nice picture of the ground there. Double simple New York experience here, I think. Going for the charge. Does get hooked out of his charge, but it's going to go ahead and pick up the Kiriko. The rest of the team trying to shred him down, but enough fire strike, enough of a charge. No, the hook is going to disrupt it again. Really good timing on that, but just not enough. They have to focus in on Miko and the rest of the team trying to barrel down, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're just going to push on forward and make it way harder for the opponent. Yeah. Overall, great games. Great set of games. Lots of characters who I don't know either. But you know, we're here to have fun. That's the whole thing. Test out production, see what the minimum and maximums are, and then go from there. Hope you guys enjoyed the tournament, ArtU Esports Fall Overwatch Tournament here. I'm Kevin. That's Joshua. Thank you to everybody else who's doing production today, and we will see you guys on the next one.
Thank you. Bye.
Let me just go into the whole reason why I'm here again. My job here isn't to commentate and be the best one in the room, okay? My job today is to inspire and to mentor the next generation of esports personalities, production peeps that come out of this class, right? It's not my job to hardcore carry everyone, but it's also trying to like stay on it, you know?